What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back at my work table. I've been cooking up some more shit. I've been brainstorming and I have some more ideas for y'all. As you can see by the title, we're taking this shit to the streets. That's right. NBA and NFL street figures. Now, if you played NFL and NBA Street, you know how fun these games were. They were so ahead of their time. They were so different than the regular NBA Maddens and the regular college football. And trust me, growing up, I played Madden like nobody's business. When I got a little older, I switched to mostly college football because I was doing dynasty mode after dynasty mode for hours a day. But NBA and NFL Street hit so different. Between all the bone crunching hits of NFL Street, running off the wall, doing trick passes between your legs, behind the back, no look, between NBA Street 1, but 2, when 2 came out, and the graphics, the graffiti kind of art style, and the animation style, seeing some of the players and the legends growing up from 1 to 2, the soundtrack involved, there were so many things that hit different about those lines. Especially NBA Street 2 has such a place in my heart. I loved that game, and I would create a guy, I'd blow through the game, I'd beat it, I'd make a new character, I'd blow through the game again. I could binge that game. NFL Street 2, I could binge through those games. They were so ahead of their time, and I know they tried to bring them back and try to do little versions of them in Madden and stuff, but it didn't hit the same. To be able to have some of these figures in my collection, I would completely love. Let me know down below if you guys would love some of these figures. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this. Okay, so I know we have some sports figures, like starting lines came up. I've talked about those already ad nauseum. You're gonna have McFarlane's coming out with some figures. Who knows how long it's gonna take, and you know, I'm gonna hold my breath on those as far as how good they're gonna be, right? But these NFL Street and NBA Street figures, I think, would be incredible. I mean, if we're starting off with NFL Street, look at this Ricky Williams. Tell me you wouldn't want this Ricky Williams on your shelf. That thing looks badass. I mean, the detail of the face. I loved NFL Street. I used to play that game for hours, and just having something about like being in the park and the shoulder pads being out and just having shorts on the bottom, running up the walls and throwing the ball behind your back or no look passes. Something about that game was so revolutionary, and I know Madden's tried to recapture it and stuff, but it just does not hit the same. You got like Bo Jackson, and Bo Jackson, he looks good. He looks kind of just like a player. Him and I made a Randall Cunningham too. Both of them look good, but they more so both kind of look like they're just coming out of a game, just taking their helmets off, but they still look great. This Jeremy Shockey I did looks awesome. Again, that was another one. I loved how you could customize characters in the game, and when you actually made your own guys, you could customize them. But then obviously the NFL players that were in the game, it wasn't just how the Bo and the Randall looked. You had ones that just had like a jersey on and some t-shirts, some shorts or something like that. Even like this Ronnie Lott. This Ronnie Lott has the shoulder pads, but he just has regular basketball shorts on the bottom. He looked cool. Then you have players, like Exhibit. Exhibit was in the game. He looks a little more basic, but you know, he looked like when we used to go outside and just play football or basketball in the streets. Like, that's how we dressed half the time, especially when it's in the summer. You just throw on a beater or undershirt or whatever, and a tank top, or you know, some shorts and some cleats if you had some cleats, or went to play at practice, had sneakers. This is what we played in. So stuff like that is cool. Then you turn around, this Chad Johnson, that one looks awesome, and I think probably my favorite one. And the Chad's cool. I love the camo. I love the street ball, the street football. The packaging on looks great. The renders all came out really nice, and probably my favorite, or at least my second favorite in this line, probably my second, because the Ricky's my favorite, and I would love to have I love to take pictures of this Ricky Williams just running, trucking people over. But my other favorite of this one is this Randy Moss. This Randy Moss looks so sick. I would pay a good amount of money to have this be physically in my collection. This Randy Moss looks awesome. And then you switch over to NBA Street, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And you start off, you got NBA Street 1, I played. I was a little younger, a little harder for me, but I still played it pretty often.
BK, where the basketball is the best. And in the place to be, as you can plainly see. Next up is...
Now when Street 2 came out, oh, you could not get me off of that game. I played that game front to back daily. I crushed that game. I used to create new characters and just run through the whole game with them, unlock all the players again, and you have Bonafide. I'll start off with like probably one of my favorite ones that came out. Bonafide. Street 1 Bonafide. Youngboy, when he was younger, he looks great. And then you have Street 2 Bonafide. And he was a little more grown up, and had a little more attitude, but he was a beast too. Then you turn to, from Street 1, you got like Tekashi, your big 7-footer type, kind of gave you the Yao Ming vibes. He was tough to root. He was, oh my god, he's probably one of the hardest ones. He was probably one of the hardest ones to play against in that game, just because he blocked everything. Then you got DJ, who was probably my least favorite unlockable guy, but, you know, he was cool. He was a cool character. And Drake was alright too. Like I said, Street 1 was fun, but Street 2 is where like I really fell in love with the game. The soundtrack was amazing. I loved the art style of the game. Just everything about NBA Street 2 went to another level. And then you kick it off with my man Stretch. Stretch looks incredible. Osmosis was a cool character. Not my main. He wasn't my main, but he was a cool one. Dime, who I loved. Dime was a beast in that game too. She stole everything. Like, she legit stole everything that somebody tried to come up and take from her. Like, she was a monster on defense. She didn't miss. Speaking of not missing, Whitewater just stayed by the 3-point line. He didn't even go in the paint. It would be you and whoever else. When I went through my story mode, it was usually like me, Bonafide, and, well, it'd be me, Stretch, and like one other person. And then after a while, you unlock like Dime, and that was my main. Usually me, Stretch for boards, and then like Dime, stealing everything. Biggie Little came in, and I didn't use Biggie Little too much, but he was a decent player as well. And then of course, you know, in Street 2, they had Nelly and the St. Lunatics, so I had to throw a little Nelly render in as well. I thought that came out really cool. Honestly, probably a lot better than the the exhibit looking one. But I thought that'd be a nice little, maybe exclusive type of convention exclusive or some type of store exclusive kind of figure. Thought that would be cool. But if I had to choose one from the Street line, it would probably be either Dime, or honestly, I like both Bonafides. Both would be cool, but I would love to have these figures in my collection, because I do want regular sports figures. I do want basketball figures and football figures and the whatnot. But these, like the Ricky Williams, these overly, something about these overly extreme looking figures that like, they're so jacked, and him just wearing the shoulder pads, and not like, they're not traditional. Like, he was wearing the big shoulder pads, no shirt underneath, just some shorts, and he was putting people into walls. Like, those games were so ahead of their times. They're classics for a reason, and I would love to have some type of physical representation of just both of these games.
Choose Game Breaker on your opponent.
So that's it, guys. That is the video for today. I had these ideas, and I was like, I gotta get these out. these look too good, man. That Ricky Williams just with the shoulder pads out, and just I want to see people have that figure and just see him like running, just like stiff arming like the Hulk into the ground with like the ground breaking effects or something around the Hulk. And that Randy Moss looks amazing too. NBA Street, the Stretch, Dime, Bonafide, all those figures, man, those games hit so differently, and I loved all of them. NBA Street has such, especially NBA Street. NFL Street was a lot of fun. Street 2, obviously, it was tough because you had to like create a player or create a team, and they were type ass, and you were playing NFL teams who would just murder you if you weren't that good. NBA Street was a little different because you create your guy, but then you can go in, and once you unlock like Stretch, and you get another player in, and you start getting your little three-way legends team with you and three legends. That game, it just became fun. Like there were some type of battles that were a little tough, but it was so different. And everything from like the graffiti art style, the animation, the commentating, the music, the soundtrack was incredible. Street 2 is probably one of my favorite video games of all time. And I would sit down and I'd play that game for hours. I would create a guy, go through the game, beat everything, create a new guy, go through the game again. Like it was so fun. I enjoyed every aspect of that game. I would choose different characters every time so I can learn different characters and master different characters, see what their moves were that they could do, because everybody has something different. Some were better at blocking, some were better at stealing, some were better at shooting. So like it, and then don't even get me started. The Game Breaker level 2s, NBA Street 1 had Game Breakers, and they would have, you throw off the ball off the backboard and you could do whatever, and it was cool. Sometimes you could just pull for a 3 and it would count for an extra point or 2. Game Breaker level 2, the music, how it would turn cinematic, and based on where you were on different spots on the floor, different things would happen. It was it's like you just had to be there. I love seeing people now that go back and like they replay these games. You see them on YouTube, they're like, I went back and played NBA Street Volume 2. Like I almost envy you because I want to go back and do it too. But it was such an incredible series, and once it got to like 3 and Home Court and all stuff, I kind of let it go. But Street 2 was one of my favorite games of all time. To be able to have that along again with NFL Street, to be able to have some type of representation of those in my collection will be awesome. But again, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching my ramblings and ideas of a madman. I doubt they'll ever be made, but I have the renders in my phone, so maybe I'll just look at them and be like, one day, maybe one day I'll just get a 3D printer and print you guys out. Till then, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna leave that in too. Keep it locked to the channel because there's tons more coming. Because this mind don't stop. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.